this thing like Luke Skywalker in episode 5. Oh, my bad. Like Anakin Skywalker in episode 2. Oh. Yeah. Anakin Skywalker episode 2. How's that feel? Off the cuff. Just like their hands.
Wow. That's too soon, you know.
I was so nervous that Rey was going to lose her hand in The Last Jedi. That would have hurt me.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that would have continued
Because
on.
our like lead characters' hands have always been cut off in the second installment of the trilogy. No one lost an appendage.
But we have lost some people. Who did we lose?
R.I.P. Amilyn Holdo.
Oh.
Battle of Chiron Belt Amilyn Holdo.
All right. Sounds about good. But we didn't lose a limb.
Well, she lost a couple limbs. I think all of them.
Oh, really? What makes you say that? You don't think she made it out?
No, I don't. I don't think she...
Like last minute, like, you know...
Like, eject... She was like, ejectocito, cuz! And just, poof!
Yeah.
Shot out? You think so?
You know? I'm sure Ryan Johnson has said out there that...
JJ's going to retcon that. It's going to open like a cold open like the Marvel movies. And it's like, boop! And it shows Holdo in the cockpit, like, putting forward the thruster for hyperspace. And then she's like, ejectocito, cuz. Beep! Hits a button, poof! Out the top.
I'm sure that's in a comic somewhere too, maybe, you know?
And then we get the scroll.
That was a lot.
Yeah, a little bit. But we're back. This is episode 4 of the Phantom of Movie podcast. I know last week I labeled it as episode 6 for some reason. But that was episode 3. We're on episode 4. We got about 30 minutes here. And so we're going to kind of go through a couple things. Upcoming projects. It's kind of a slow news week. We do have one big topic, and that's kind of something that I think everybody kind of knew at this point. But it's official. Kathleen Kennedy came out and said that the Boba Fett movie that had been rumored is dead. Dead in the water. Not happening anymore. And it's definitely because of the Mandalorian TV show coming out. But I would not put it past them to have Boba featured in the show. So what do you think about, did you want the Boba Fett movie? What are your thoughts on it being officially axed?
I didn't initially want this movie. Like, I think many fans, they mostly were looking for a Obi-Wan Kenobi movie.
Hello there.
But, yeah, I wasn't in any way, I wouldn't be in a hurry to go see that if it were to come out.
Well, if it came out, we would be in a hurry, but we're not clamoring for it.
Yeah.
We'd be there 10 hours early.
10 hours, yep, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, but
we wouldn't be clamoring about it, yeah,
like,
you're
we
right.
didn't ask for this, but... Well, I guess it would be like a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one.
Yeah, and it's just adding more and more hype for The Mandalorian and to see, the possibilities that he could be included in that.
He could be, and I would love it if The Mandalorian killed him. Like, we could even see him crawl out of the Sarlacc pit. We could see him escape, and Boba Fett shows up. Maybe he's the main antagonist of, like, Season 2. Maybe he's, like, a tail end Easter egg at maybe at the end of Season 1, it's like Boba Fett comes out, And obviously this Mandalorian we have is a real Mandalorian. Boba Fett is not. He stole the armor off of someone. So I think it'd be a cool storyline. There's a lot to play with there. And yeah, I hope Boba Fett dies because honestly, I don't care about him. I don't like him very much. I don't get why people love him. I think that's extremely surface level. Because it's one thing to look cool. Like, I understand why people, and I love Darth Maul. One, we've had a lot of his arc now fleshed out in the Clone Wars and in Rebels. He has some of the best storylines in the entire show. But even before that, at least he kicked ass, in his movie he was in. Phantom Menace, he took out Qui-Gon Jinn. He had a lot of people still regard it as the best, lightsaber duel in Star Wars history. I give that to Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Yeah. Episode 3, right?
Episode 3, Obi-Wan versus Anakin. And then I'd go episode 6 with Luke and Vader. And then I'd go Darth Maul. Or I'd go Darth Maul in episode 6. It switches all the time with those two. But with Boba Fett, he looks cool, yes. Beyond that, what's he do? He gets taken out by a blind Han Solo.
Yeah, I was about to say, could you recap how he went out.
He's on the barge, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They're supervising Luke, Han Solo, Lando Calrissian, Chewbacca, pretty much just making sure nothing messes up while they get bumped into the Sarlacc pit. Somehow, things go down. Luke gets his lightsaber back. Luke's there. I mean, of all people that, you know, you would think would kill him, Luke Skywalker, the Jedi, or even Lando Calrissian, who has his eyes. But no, it's Han Solo with a stick and blind.
Mm-hmm.
Hits him into the Sarlacc pit. And that is a very lame way to die.
It's like doesn't he have like a jetpack or something? Like,
Yes.
so I was like, he fell is what you're saying.
Yes. But I think they destroyed his jetpack, I believe, in the process.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
see. Yeah, because I was about to say, like, if he were to escape?
Well, I mean, if you're falling head first and you turn on a jetpack, you're probably just shooting right into there anyways.
Does he have
Either
wrist
way,
rockets?
Boba Fett is whack. Tell him pull up anytime. I'm in Clovis. He knows where to find me. All I need is to cover my eyes and grab a stick.
Any comic stuff with him?
Of course, there's a lot of I mean, he took down Vader.
Oh, wow.
He basically bested Vader in one-on-one combat, which I think is completely absurd. But yeah, so bottom line is, I think he could be used extremely well in this show.
Yeah.
And I don't see any reason why they wouldn't let them use him. People would go nuts for it, and I would be so excited to see him die again.
Because we were just talking about this in the Clone Wars towards the end. So what is it? The 7th season?
It's the unaired season.
Yeah,
it's the unfinished. They put it out on YouTube. You can go find it. It's unfinished episodes of the 7th season of the Clone Wars that was never released. Of course, now we're getting an actual 7th season. But there's an episode with a young Boba Fett being in a duel with my favorite bounty hunter of all time, Cad Bane. And Cad was robbed. It should have been a double fatality. Boba draws on Cad. Cad draws on Boba. They both shoot once. Both fall back. Cad Bane is killed due to a headshot, but he got Boba. But Boba had a helmet.
Yeah, I was about to say, he has the armor.
Yeah, weak. Weak. Had Cad Bane had a helmet as well. And they both got up from that. Sorry, Boba's dead. Boba's dead, and Cad Bane should be in episode 5 and 6. Okay?
And if he were to be introduced into the show, what would you like to see from him?
Boba?
Yeah. Just to see his character more fleshed out?
I'd like to see him, just doing some criminal stuff. And just being Boba Fett. And I guess being Boba Fett, I'd love to see our character run into him. Maybe take Boba out. And maybe, I think it'd be awesome if he took Slave 1 off of his hands. And maybe at the end of Season 1, maybe he steals it from Boba Fett. Something happens. I would love to see our Mandalorian take Slave 1. And it could cause, a rivalry. Give us... Because we're not going to see... I don't think we'll see Boba Fett roll up in Mandalore, because I'm pretty sure the entire planet would be against him.
Yeah.
As an imposter. They're extremely prideful people. But that's one thing. I think in the Mandalore show, we got to go to Mandalore. They say he's not. They say he's going to be in the Outer Rim, which could be anywhere. I'm sure we're going to see a plethora of new planets. But we're definitely going to see Mandalore.
I was about to say the type of character he is. He's a bounty hunter. He's not one to just go straight into battle or anything like that.
We don't know. He's a lone gunfighter.
Yeah.
In the outer reaches. So it could be. Who knows what he's going to be doing?
Yeah. Well, yeah, plenty to look forward to. I'm glad to hear the news.
Here's my goal.
For him?
No, for myself.
Oh, okay.
We go to Star Celebration. Claudia Gray's there. We meet. We become good friends somehow. I don't know exactly how yet. I'm still figuring that out. She ends up writing her next book and including a planet called Eli Major.
Oh.
And
where is this planet?
It's on the Outer Rim as well.
Okay.
I would say a resort planet, but I don't want that. I think this is a cesspool of scum and villainy, This is somewhere where, you can lay low there. There's no law on this planet. Think of it as like where the pirates go in Pirates of the Caribbean. I forget what it's called. It's like they have their own island.
Oh, yeah.
Think of it as that, yeah.
And what's the next step? You're just trying to get a planet?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a planet. It featured in the book, so then I'm technically canon.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can have it featured in The Mandalorian.
Mm.
Yep. That's pretty much it.
Uh-huh. Okay. You're just going to have this whole planet and where characters will just do stuff on this planet?
Yes.
No laws?
Exactly.
Mm.
It's like they have their own like unwritten rules, you know? Sort of like if you go in a bathroom and there's like 5 urinals, you don't go to the one next to the other guy. You got to at least have one in between.
Mm-hmm.
Like unwritten rules like that, you know?
Well, I hope that happens.
Yeah, me too. What else we got on the agenda today?
I was thinking
Okay.
What?
I don't know. Oh yeah, Jedi Fallen Order. That's something we haven't talked about.
Oh yeah.
The video game coming out again. Sadly, very sadly, it's still under the EA umbrella, but it's not EA necessarily that's making it. It's one of their like daughter companies, basically. It's a company under them. They made Titanfall 2. They made I forget. They've made other games, but from what I understand, and I've seen, they showed a little behind-the-scenes footage. Looked great. And I know that not that many people I know played Titanfall 2, but from what I've heard and the beta I played, it was fun. Did seem like a well-made game. Unfortunately, there's just bigger fish in the pond.
Yeah.
And from what I played Titanfall 1 a little bit, and Titanfall 2 definitely seemed like a pretty big upgrade. The thing that makes me hopeful about Fallen Order is that the studio has shown that not just listening to fans outright, but they seem to understand the issues with Titanfall 1, and they took all those out for Titanfall 2,
Yeah.
They're smart, they're adaptive, and that's something that I think they're aware of fan bases,
Yeah.
And so this game is about a Padawan who is at the Jedi Temple during Order 66, I believe, or he's somewhere, maybe he's on Coruscant. Bottom line is he survives Order 66, and he's basically on the run from the new Empire, maybe Vader. I'm sure Vader's going to pop up, probably kill him in the end. But this is going to be a movie playing as a Jedi, finally. It's going to be a story-driven game, and I'm incredibly excited. So my question to you is, what are your hopes for this game overall?
Now, I was going to ask, since it's what kind of game this is. I'm guessing it's a story.
It's going to be, I think you could, I'm sure it will be open world to a degree, but in the same degree as a Tomb Raider, or a Uncharted, it's not really open. There's a little bit of room for exploration, but I do believe it'll be very story driven.
And it's not going to be canon or anything. I don't know how that works.
No, I'm pretty sure it'll probably be canon. Because it'll definitely be canon. Actually, all the games EA makes are all canon. The story in Battlefront 2 is canon.
But I've been, I don't know how long it's been since I've the last story-driven Star Wars game that I've played. Probably I think
Battlefront 2 had a story.
Yeah,
which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, but I guess more of a game like...
Yeah, I know, Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Knights of the Old Republic 2. Boba Fett Bounty Hunter. Did you ever play that? Star Wars Bounty Hunter?
No.
Love that game. It's awesome. Let's see, what else do they have?
Well, then they had Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, I love that game too, but no.
But yeah, so I'm really excited to the story is what's really I'm already loving the idea of the story.
Same.
It seems like it'll be really cool, really great action, good gameplay I can see, and based on what you're telling me from the graphics and what you have seen, And
it looked like from what they showed there was prequel type fights. They showed some of the actors fighting with the lightsabers in the gray suits with the balls on them. Looked awesome.
Yeah, and it's just I would be really excited to play this game, and especially when you mentioned the studio paying close caring about how their content is perceived by the fans, and that's extremely important in this case because I remember we were just talking about the release of General Grievous.
Oh my gosh.
In Battlefront 2.
It's been like what? How long? A year since Battlefront 2 released?
Yeah.
A full calendar year. They're barely giving us General Grievous. I love that game because I love Star Wars. It gets I bought the console for the game.
Yeah.
I own the Battlefront 2 console. I'm not playing Battlefront 2 right now. If sometimes I feel like being immersed in the world, I'll put it on and I'll play, but I'm not. It's like a shiny car with a crappy engine, you know?
Yeah, it's just surprising as to how I don't know.
Late. Why not give us this when it launched?
Yeah.
There's no reason. It's free. It's free DLC. But why does it matter if nobody's playing it anymore?
Yeah.
That game was in bargain bin so fast, which astounds me. It's Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah, and I think we were talking about this in terms of sales.
It killed in sales.
Yeah, video games in terms of I don't know if it was Disney or if it was Star Wars. We were talking about Star Wars
specifically. Lucasfilm.
Yeah, Lucasfilm, their sales.
It's where they make the most merchandise.
Yeah.
And then video games.
Yeah, and so to hear about Jedi Fallen Order, it's gonna be
huge. If they deliver us on
Yeah.
a great E3, done.
Yeah,
I'll buy it twice.
Yeah, that would. It's definitely something I'm looking forward to.
You know what I'd buy?
What would you buy?
Another console.
Oh, I'm sure they'll get you.
Yes, they will. You're darn right they will. I will buy a second PS4 just to sit next to my other one. Even though it's a terrible financial decision, I will do it.
Mm-hmm.
If it looks promising.
Yeah, and to me it does. I don't know about you. What do you?
Of course. I think that something Star Wars fans in general, I can speak for myself here, are eager for is lightsabers.
Yeah,
I mean, when you think about it, Episode 8, I really enjoy, but there's not a lightsaber duel.
Yeah.
There's not really a lightsaber duel at all. We're getting a Star Wars TV show, which I'm incredibly hyped for, but it's about bounty hunters, pretty much, and not Jedis. And I'm sure we'll get some lightsaber duels in Episode 9, but we're really getting a lot of Star Wars content right now, but not really much lightsabers, which is sort of what I fell in love with, the Jedi.
Yeah.
So I think this is exactly what we need, especially in a video game. So Fallen Order, I'm very hyped. It's out of released announced games, it's my most anticipated.
Yeah.
Overall. So Jedi Fallen Order can come here right now, please.
Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking the same thing. I would definitely get this.
Cameos in it. We know Darth Vader's going to be in it for sure because of this. He's obviously going to be in there.
You got your.
Now, my question for you is... Shriv. That'd be cool if they crossed that over. But the person that I want in this the most, and it's not even close, Ahsoka Tano.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
What better place to use Ahsoka than here, Jedi on the run. You got Darth Vader in there. It just makes so much sense that if you could include Ahsoka, to include her here.
Yeah, and we've discussed this before. If she's included in any sort of, material, Star Wars material, it has to go through Filoni first.
Through Dave.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And if Dave gave the okay, the story is on point.
Exactly. And so if that happens, which
Yeet.
If you want to do percentages, what do you think?
That Ahsoka appears?
Yeah.
Probably 25. Maybe less, to be honest. I'm not that optimistic that it's going to happen. I just think it'd be a great time.
Yeah.
To happen. But okay, so Vader in, Ahsoka hopefully, but probably not. Yoda definitely not. If Yoda appears, I don't know. I guess nothing's impossible, but I highly doubt that. Obi-Wan, extremely highly doubt that. Yeah.
Yeah. That does make sense.
Can I throw out a random idea here?
What's your random idea?
Can you imagine Star Wars The Last Jedi came out and Luke's like, and I will not be the last Jedi. Then Rey slips and falls off a cliff and dies, and all of a sudden Plo Koon pops up. I'm here.
He's the one that cared about the Wookiees.
No, that was Coyote Mundi.
Oh yeah, I always get them mixed up.
Plo Koon was the one that we quote unquote saw die in the crash.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Ejecto cedo cuz.
Unfortunately, that did not occur.
We don't know that.
Seems like
He was spinning very fast. And at any moment, he could have spun and ejected.
Didn't you see, I remember he went, there was a shot of him just, covering up and then just, he's
Look
bracing
here,
himself for the crash.
Look here, buddy. I don't want to tell you this, but that was all for the show.
Oh, so
he
you
just
think
likes a dramatic exit. He let himself get some third-degree burns and then hit the ejection. Boop. Just like.
Really?
Yep.
And so you created this picture of him perhaps showing up at the Battle of Crate.
Yes.
Instead, Rey just somehow, I don't know how, you didn't quite.
She slips and hit her head on a rock.
Slips from.
She slips while she's holding the rocks up with the force, and then her force, her mind is slightly thrown off, and they fall and crush her. Actually, I would never let that happen. Actually,
that's why I'm.
If that was about to happen, you'd see me transfer from the theater to the screen, and hold the boulder up myself.
Oh, really?
I would take the hit. I'd be like, no, and I'd dive, in dramatic fashion, slow motion. Actually, it'd be like Rose when she saves Finn. And I'd just push her out of the way and let the rock fall on me.
Mm-hmm. I've always wondered, I keep thinking about it, she will be in the next movie, yes?
Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? I'm interested in what she will
do. Put her on the back burner. Put her on the back burner. I don't think that's going to happen.
This is a interesting question that I was just thinking about. Who you think Finn and Rose? Do you think Rose had more screen time
than Finn?
Yeah. Or the same amount?
Most of the time, I would say. I would bet that Finn has a couple more minutes. Because Rose and Finn are pretty much together the whole time, but Finn gets a little bit without her in the beginning, with Poe and things like that. And then he also has a longer scene with Phasma.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, he has a little bit with Rey. Just a tiny bit. I think that adds to probably a couple minutes more.
Who do you enjoy more between Boba Fett and Captain Phasma?
Oh. I thought you were going to say someone else. It's about the same. I think Captain Phasma looks cooler than Boba Fett.
That's
tough. It's a tough one. Boba Fett, Captain Phasma. Can I choose Jango Fett?
I knew you were gonna. Yeah.
I say it's about the same.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty much the equal.
Yeah, because I was just thinking about that point you made about Darth Maul, and in terms of what we see in terms of the villains in this.
Oh, Boba Fett was a tattletale.
You're right.
He was a snitch. Darth Maul, he was a killer.
What about Salacious Crumb?
Salacious Crumb, that's a killer too.
Would you put him over Boba?
Yes.
In a duel?
Does he have a stick?
I'd give you that one. A stick.
Okay, can he cover his eyes?
Cover whose eyes?
Salacious Crumb, can he cover his own eyes?
I'm gonna allow that.
Okay, then I will take Salacious Crumb in 4.
You heard it here first.
Salacious Crumb would kill Boba Fett if he was blind. Yep.
Has there been anything out for Claudia Gray's book?
We know that it takes place before episode 1. It's going to follow a young Obi-Wan being trained by
Wow. I'm shocked.
Qui-Gon Jinn. I went blank for a moment.
So it's after...
It's called Master and Apprentice. That's the title.
After episode 6, before episode 1.
Yes, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's going to be lead up to episode 1 pretty close, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it'll span probably from when they started, when they met.
Like in the beginning?
Yeah, I bet you it starts as Obi-Wan as a youngling.
Oh.
Because Claudia is so great at going over spans of time, over pretty much entire lifetimes if she wants to, or up into adulthood she's so great at covering those long spans of time and really creating more, even for characters that we think we have so much depth for, and just adding so much more. And so I think at this point she's 3 for 3, and they will definitely allow her to do whatever the hell she wants. So I'm incredibly hyped for it. Always excited to see more Qui-Gon Jinn. I think that his ideals are some of the most intriguing of the Jedi. He's not as sort of he's not like the picture perfect Jedi that Obi-Wan was, you know? He's sort of rebellious. I would say Qui-Gon is like in between Obi-Wan and Anakin, let's say that.
Yeah.
Always going against the wishes of the rest of the council. He's sort of a pain to the council sometimes. But he does things for the greater good.
Yeah. I could see that.
I would say if Qui-Gon was Anakin's master, maybe he wouldn't have gone dark.
Which is what makes the story so, intriguing. There's so many like possibilities we could think about, all these different perspectives. Like what if Qui-Gon?
What if Obi-Wan died by Maul and Qui-Gon was the one?
Yeah, all these.
Yeah. If Mace Windu was Anakin's master, he probably would have killed him.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I would
come here.
I saw this interesting thing that I didn't think about too much. Like that this Star Wars is like the only movie that Samuel L. Jackson doesn't really like swear in.
Well, yeah, it's extremely rare.
Yeah.
You're talking about that meme with the steaks?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know there's got to be others.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Incredibles. Yeah, we can throw that in
Incredibles. I'm sure he probably. Yeah, Incredibles. We'll say that. Any Disney movies in. Now, if it was directed by Tarantino, can you imagine that? Star Wars. I think Star Trek would be more kind to Tarantino, but can you imagine a Tarantino Star Wars movie?
I'm also like getting more and more intrigued by all these like these incoming actors that are going to be in episode 9. I think the recent one was with
girl from 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah.
Don't know her name, but
yeah.
I'm excited to see all these new people. We got Matt Lanter in there. We have he's not a new actor, but we got a lot of fresh faces. We'll say that.
It's just intriguing to see like what does he have planned?
Yeah, what's he cooking?
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, again, it's a pretty slow news week. But we had a couple topics to cover. Jedi Fallen Order, I have big hopes at next year's E3. They'll cover more. Star Wars Celebration. What if we get gameplay at Celebration? Wouldn't that be incredible?
Pre-alpha or something, pre-beta, probably.
Or what if they call you on stage and tell you to play?
That would be kind of interesting because they always want to show off their demos in the best way possible.
No, dude, don't worry about it. Actually, it's like sort of like that thing when you're the younger brother, they hand you the unplugged controller, tell you to play. That's really what's going to be going down.
Yeah.
So yeah, Fallen Order. I didn't even consider that being showcased at Celebration, but it definitely will.
There's too much. Too
much good stuff.
To be this is one of the best things to go to at this point in this time.
Yeah.
Especially Star Wars.
Yeah, preach.
To like receive all this news of this show and the streaming service and what they're gonna have and
yeah, tell them, G.
Get Claudia Gray.
Yeah.
The
book's gonna release while we're there too.
Exactly. You can get your signatures.
Yeah.
Meet Rey.
Yeah.
Or Daisy, as many would like to.
Both. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of Rey cosplayers, so both.
You yourself included.
Yes, that was supposed to be a secret. It's supposed to be a surprise.
Oh.
So now I'm going to have to switch it up.
Oh.
But yes, I will be cosplaying as Rey Kenobi.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting to
No, I'm going to be Rey's father or grandfather, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh.
So yeah, that's something to look forward to. And every day I get more and more excited for Star Wars Celebration 2019. And yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't know what else we got. I would love to keep going, but the Battle of the Bay is about to begin, and you know that the Oakland Raiders are Darth Vader's team. So yeah, I think that's going to be the close on this episode. G, we are about to close this out, but before I do that, I need to ask you a extremely serious question before we leave.
And
You ready for this?
What is it?
All right. Are you sure you're ready?
I think I am.
Last chance to get out of this. Are you sure you are prepared for this question?
Yes.
All right. With that being said, I ask you a simple question, and that is, if Qui-Gon Jinn had just rolled the dice again and asked, you know what, I'll trade myself for Shmi Skywalker as well, and he took Anakin's mom with him, what would happen?
Well, I think, the council, they just sort of detach themselves from any form of attachment, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like, what about other people's moms? Are they alive?
Look,
Like, what about
we
Miss
don't
Winter's
care about
mom?
other people's moms, all right? It's Shmi Skywalker. If he would have saved Shmi, he could have left her ass there, and they could have just left and said, "You free now." Then maybe she would never met Klieg-Lars, and maybe she would never gotten captured by the Sand People because she would have met a man who could have actually taken care of her, and we wouldn't have had Klieg be like, "I hurt my foot trying to find Shmi, and I basically gave up." And then, Anakin wouldn't have had to go after her, wouldn't have found her dead in his arms, thanks to the Sand People. He wouldn't have killed all the men and the women and the children too. And guess what? Anakin Skywalker may still be the poster boy of the Jedi Council.
You don't think Palpatine's...
Granted the rank of master.
You don't think Palpatine's, ways wouldn't have gotten to him?
Cut off Palpatine's appendages, become the new Chancellor. Actually, no. He would have diced up Palpatine. Jar Jar Binks would have become the Chancellor. And all would be good.
Wow. All he had to do was...
Free Shmi. Hashtag free Shmi.
You heard it here first.
Started out. Hashtag free Shmi. I want to see that blow up the internet. That's episode 4, I think, of the Fan Awakens podcast. We got to watch some football in a galaxy very near to you. And we will see you next time. Adios.